for all of us, but I have to take it personally because she opened the doors of Central High School for scholars like myself to be able to walk those historic halls. And on behalf of myself, my assistant principal, Amber Grimes, who is there, the scholars and the staff of Daisy Bates Elementary School who have worked tirelessly on this event, we welcome each of you. And I want to pause and to give honor where honor is due. My wonderful superintendent is here, Dr. Charles McNulty, so let's give him that for him to share. Also, Ms. Tina Ward, our school board member representing this area. We also have in the Arkansas State Representative Denise Emmett, who is here. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. And now, without further ado, because I know you really come here for a couple of reasons, like over here, and also our special guest speaker, without further ado, we're going to begin this program the way that we begin every school day.
I am somebody. I was somebody when I came. I'll be a better somebody when I leave. I am powerful. I am strong. I deserve the best education I can get here. I am a mighty tiger. Hear me roar.
Thank you so much. And yes, we do start with the national anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance, where we wanted to start this one with our school motto. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Ms. Christian. I am David Flynn, and I am walking a legacy toward my destiny. Today is a very special day in Arkansas, as well as here at Daisy Bates Elementary School. It's Daisy Bates Day. We salute her and celebrate her. This day has helped make it possible for us to be in the same room together. She helped make it possible for scholars like me to learn together in the same classroom, even though we don't look alike. And she helped make it possible for us to be taught by teachers who love us, believe in us, and support us. And without it, she helped make it possible for us to dream, to believe, and to know we can be anything we want to be and do anything we want to be. The possibilities are limitless, and we owe to trailblazers like Daisy Bates. We are proud to walk in her legacy toward our destiny.
They did not forget to introduce Congressman French Hill, and so we're going to allow him to go at this time to greet. He did a wonderful job with our scholars, so excited about that. He visited the classroom as well, and so now we yield the floor to Congressman Hill.
Well, thank you, Principal Christian, and it's always great to be here at Daisy Bates on this historic day, and we congratulate the students on an amazing job of preparing for the day. And Gabriel, that was very, very impressive. So in addition to being well-dressed, sharp as a tack. Superintendent, thank you for encouraging the community to participate on our campuses. Madam Director, thank you. State Representative, good friend, Denise Emmett, glad to see you. Let me just say that it's heartwarming to me to see kids engaging in our community, engaging in such a historic figure as Daisy Bates. And we're going to talk about that today, and I'm not going to preempt all that's going to be said. I'm just excited that Daisy's leadership, her organization skills, her pioneering activities in the civil rights movement along with her husband, LC, are going to be recognized in our nation's capital in Statuary Hall. It's an amazing moment in American history, and you kids in 4th and 5th grade will have been a part of that. And I really look forward to the kids of Little Rock in 4th and 5th grades traveling to Washington, D.C. and seeing Miss Daisy Gaston Bates installed for all to wonder about and ask questions about and study and think about and admire for decades and decades to come. Thanks for letting me say hi.
Thank you so much, Congressman. Now we have a video from our Governor, Asa Hutchinson.
Hi, I'm Governor Asa Hutchinson. Daisy Bates was a woman of great courage. Her leadership made it possible for students to attend a good school such as Daisy Bates Elementary. She wrote a book about her life that she called The Long Shadow of Little Rock. The people of Little Rock and Arkansas have honored her in many ways. In fact, there is a street named Daisy Gatson Bates Drive. The house where she and her husband, L.C. Bates, lived is the Daisy Bates Museum. Now we are placing a statue of Daisy Bates in National Statuary Hall in the United States Capitol Building in Washington, D.C. Daisy Bates would be pleased to know that you are celebrating Daisy Bates Day at the school that is named in her honor. Thank you for including me in the celebration. Happy Daisy Bates Day to Daisy Bates Elementary.
We do thank our governor for taking the time to submit that video. Now we have a video by Mr. Charles King, who is president of the Daisy Bates Foundation.
Hello, I'm Charles King, president of the Daisy Bates House Museum Foundation here in Little Rock, Arkansas. And today I'm standing in front of the Daisy Bates home that she and her husband L.C. built in the mid-1950s. This home stands as a museum today in Little Rock as a legacy to Mrs. Bates and the work that she did. Another legacy that Mrs. Bates left is the Daisy Bates Elementary School. And to every student who attends Daisy Bates Elementary School, you should be so proud that you study and learn every day in the legacy of Daisy Bates. You stand as a testament today to what she stood for yesterday. Born in South Arkansas, in Hutchinson, Arkansas, Mrs. Bates did not have an easy life. Early in life, she had struggles and tragedies that affected her life completely. But a lot of that changed when she moved to Little Rock, Arkansas, and became a leader in the NAACP, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. As the state director of the NAACP, Mrs. Bates led 9 students into Little Rock Central High School and changed the world. Change the world is exactly what I want to leave with you today, that just as Daisy Bates changed the world through her leadership and advocacy for social justice, human rights, and other things, you can do the same thing as well. All students at Daisy Bates Elementary School should get the opportunity to come by the house and see where Miss Bates lived and where she did her work. And even if you don't get by the house, take the opportunity while you are attending Daisy Bates Elementary School and do the same. I want to leave you with a quote that Mrs. Bates made in her lifetime. She said, "I was not born for teaching. I was born to inspire others, to change people, and never to give up, even when you're faced with challenges that seem impossible." I'm Charles King. This is the Daisy Bates House. You are at Daisy Bates Elementary. Be proud of where you are. We are already proud of you.
Good afternoon, I'm Isabella Williams. I'm Emily Murillo. We are walking in legacy toward our destiny. Our guest speaker today is joining us virtually all the way from Boise, Idaho. He is none other than a renowned sculptor, Mr. Benjamin Victor, who was given the task of designing and creating the statue of Mrs. Daisy Gatson Bates, which will sit for years to come in the National Statuary Hall in the U.S. Capitol in Washington, D.C. He's the only living artist to have 3 statues in this hall of distinction. We are honored that he could join us in our celebration today. On behalf of the scholars and staff at Daisy Bates Elementary School, we are proud to present Mr. Benjamin Victor.
Hello. It's good to see everybody. I hope you can hear me. I can kind of see in the back of the room there, and I hope there's plenty of students listening. I have a PowerPoint that we may be able to get on the screen for all of you, but I don't know if we'll be able to screen share. So what's really exciting is that we're here at the foundry today. I'm actually at a bronze foundry where we cast the bronze sculptures. So I make the originals out of clay, and then we make molds and cast them in bronze. And I'm at the place where they do the actual metal pour right now. So I'm going to be able to take you around and answer some of your questions as well. So I understand that we had a few questions. Do you want to start out with some questions, and then maybe we can figure out how to screen share so I can show some slides as well?
Hello, Mr. Victor. Hello, Mr. Victor. My name is Derek Walker. I heard that you are making the Daisy Beach statue. Your statues are amazing, and I mean it. Like those minutes, the sculpting and art building your family.
School teachers. My mom was a bilingual kindergarten teacher for 30 years. Now she's retired. And like I said, my grandma was an art professor, so I started art at a very, very young age. And I have siblings who are in music and theater. But I'm the only one who went to visual arts as a profession. And thank you for your comment too. I'm so happy that you think my sculptures are worthy of the legacy of Daisy Jackson Bates. Her legacy is incredible. Like Charles, the head of the Daisy Bates Museum, was saying on his video, she really changed the world. She changed our country. She changed the world. So it's fantastic, to see our schools with such a diverse array of students from so many backgrounds. Those things wouldn't have happened without Miss Bates and her legacy. So just, thinking about that as school kids, you guys can think about all your friends that you have. You probably are a lot like me. You've probably grown up with friends of every color from all different walks of life. Well, none of that would have been possible for Daisy Bates and the courageous Little Rock Nine that went into schools when they were trying to be held out by a group of people that thought that they could stop people from equal access just because of the color of their skin. And that prejudice, sadly to say, still exists with a smaller group of people today. But that group keeps becoming smaller and smaller because of courageous heroes like Daisy Bates. So it's really an honor as a sculptor to get to do a sculpture of her. And I'm really grateful to you as a student, like my work enough that you think it's worthy of that. So thank you.
Mr. Victor, I am Nathaniel Jacob, and my question is, how long did it take you to complete the entire statue project?
Probably about 3 or 4 months from now to have the clay finished. And then what we'll do is we'll actually make a mold of that clay, and I'll show you here in the room what the molds look like. So like I said, I'm at the bronze foundry right now. I'm not in my studio. Actually, a detailed sculpture inside of that. Early, in bronze. So you play, take it here to the foundry, and it molds and cast bronze. How that can be delivered. Because the categories we have covered 2, 3 on a page for dedicated to concrete having the parts that were accomplished. That's definitely completed without long ways to go. And thank you for the good question.
Mr. Victor, I'm wondering, has anyone ever told you to quit or stop, but you kept going to get where you are now?
Yes, and that's an excellent question. And that question relates a lot to Daisy's life because obviously in her life, and in the Little Rock Nine, those students' lives, really any black student at that time, they were told, quit, stop, you can't be a part of this, we're not going to let you go to these schools, we're not going to let you eat at these restaurants. All of those things were in place, and I'm sure you all know. My dad actually went to school in Louisiana for college, and when he went to college, this is not that long ago. So in the 60s and in the 70s, when he graduated in, like right around 1970, right, 1969, so that's not very long ago. And at that time, the students that played basketball, played Division I basketball. There were black student restaurants that they were not allowed to eat at. Can you imagine that? I'm sure you all can imagine that because you've heard about it and you've heard the stories of Daisy and the Little Rock Nine and that whole area in Texas, Louisiana, and Arkansas, and all the South. There were a lot of laws in place, even not very long ago, that prevented people from doing things that they wanted to do, that they love to do, and that they should be allowed to do just because of the color of their skin. And so as a sculptor, yes, of course, any of us that want to pursue anything are going to have naysayers, but I like to think of individuals like Daisy that were so courageous for all that inspires me, so that when they're alone with my creativity, I can just hit through it and I don't have to worry about it or they hinder me. And as you guys come up through grade school and as you get older, I'm sure you'll find something you have a passion for, and there will definitely be people who tell you, you can't do that, you shouldn't do that. And it's up to you to put in the work and not give up and pursue those dreams and passions because that's going to lead to success. And you have to think of people like Daisy Bates when you do it. Look at that elementary school that you went to and the name that year that it's named after. And think, what would she do? We quit just because of the going stuff? Okay. She and those students and everybody around them, they stood against the prejudice, and there were things that happened. Like, I'm sure you have other stories. There were bricks that were thrown through their windows at night. There were gunshots fired at them. There were cussed at, spit at, kicked. I mean, probably a lot worse things than most of us have to do with today. And definitely a lot worse than I've had to do with. And yet, they didn't quit. They persevered. And all those students, the Little Rock Nine, they all went on to do great things in their careers. They went on to college, and they got a higher education, and did wonderful things. And that leadership that Daisy had carried on. She went on to serve under one of the presidents of the United States. So the sky's the limit for all of you. And yes, as a sculptor and an artist, I never could have imagined that. My gift and my joy of helping carry on that I make a living at like this. Living, but I didn't let that. It's great. I'm passionate doing what I love today. Question.
Mr. Richard, my name is Angel Gonzalez. What do you want when I sculpted in the middle of the state?
So the stage definitely do happen. If I'm working on a play, I can go home, take a break, get everything figured out in my head, come back, look at the problem, and take out the play or add more play and fix it. However, if I'm working on a marble sculpture that you carve into a block of stone, if you make a mistake, you're either done or you have to do a smaller sculpture to keep carving in. So it's really nerve-wracking when you're working on marble. You don't want to mistake. And really, in play too, nobody likes to make mistakes. But it kind of ties in with that perseverance idea from the previous question. That you can't let people stop you from doing what you love, even if they're naysayers or do a work of art, you're going to have times that you mess up or make mistakes. I'm sure you guys know that already. You do drawings and stuff, and that's how I started out. I would just draw all the time when I was in elementary school. Sometimes I end up on drawing. And the type of person that take a mistake, learn, forget, and you keep trying to make sure you get it right, and that's how you become better at what you do. So that's what I encourage you to do. Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Victor. I am Soraya Macro. How are you this afternoon? I have a question. Were you ever worried that people were envious of you? Because at 23, you did things that people wish they could do, and at 26, you became the youngest artist to ever have a sculpture in our nation's foremost collection.
Thank you for the question. I never would have thought, I think I could question was right. I never would have thought that I would have had the career that I've had so far. And I feel very blessed every day that I get to do what I love, that I've had success doing. And when I started out, didn't do it for any of the accolades, and I try to keep that focus each day. I try to think about it like I'm doing what I love, and I'm doing inspiring projects. So the sculpture of Mrs. Bates for Statuary Hall is so inspiring that it really involves all my mind and effort, love every minute of it. And so, even though it's great to make a living at it, and even though it's nice to have accolades and to have awards and things like that, but it shouldn't be the central reason you do anything. So, as students growing up, if you want to be unhappy to your and set the sole focus of your life on money and accolades. But if you want to be truly happy, like I do, I'm sure you guys do, then don't make the focus your life, find something that you enjoy, hopefully something that makes a little round like teaching or art, music, or whatever it is that you're playing, maybe science, something like that. When you find what you really enjoy, do that with it. And if you can make a living at it, it's so much better. But don't ever think that that's what determines success. Me as an artist, what really determines my success is, am I doing what I love, passion for what I'm doing, and that makes me successful in everything I do. They're not ever going to play or whether I can make money at it or anything like that. So I think if you follow that, no matter what your career path is, you'll enjoy your career path. You'll have a more fulfilling life. So thank you for that question.
Thank you, Mr. Victor, for answering our questions.
And yes, Mr. Victor, thank you so much for being our guest speaker today. We truly appreciate it, and it is an honor to have you create a statue that's going to sit in the Statuary Hall of Fame for many years to come as Daisy Bates' life and legacy continues, because it's timeless. So thank you so very much. Well, that really concludes our program talk.
If you have just a few minutes, it's really noisy in the boundary part, but when you have a few minutes now, that are those.
Yes, sir.
If you have, if it's all the questions I can take you through just based on the boundary process, I think it'd be neat for the kids to see some of the building, but it's real noisy in there because they're grinding metal and stuff. You want to see that?
Yes. And the video feed is a little choppy, so hopefully when you start to move, maybe it won't go in and out, but we'll let you know. But that would be great.
in Hutchinson. So here's the floor for the movie. Here they go together for all kinds of things. You can see behind these and behind the all the different tools. These so we'll walk through now. If our members of the boundary, son, please be presented, that's and like on their wall, see, we've got be happy, be responsible. It's probably a lot like this school. We've got really inspirational quotes on the wall here. This is the what's room. And we do like to thank peace for the perfect cash. And I'm going to take you one more round over here to Tina.
That's a good area right there.
Culture's on. Various sizes and there's a lot of bronze. Is applying the heat and chemicals to get the profit that the artist desires. That's currently the bar in color that I like on the piece. So on Daisy, I'm going to do different tones of patina to give her the colorations that make it look realistic. So it'll look like she could just step right off that pedestal, like she's smiling at it in real life. So it's going to be really exciting. I hope I get to come there too, or the songs are going to play on site,
Thank you so very much. We would love to have you come to Arkansas, but also we would love to come to Washington, D.C. for the unveiling. So we're working on that to bring some of our students as well. All of this is truly amazing. Even in our pre-show, when we did our test run with you, your work is amazing. You are truly gifted, and we are blessed that you were able to join us today. Thank you. Now, this was just a small part of our celebration. We've been celebrating all month long. Our students at Daisy Bates, from pre-K all the way to 5th grade, have learned about Daisy Bates. They have written one-pagers. They've written essays. We have an essay writing contest, and we have 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place winners in 4th and 5th grade. So we ask that you take the time to look at those. Our students are truly excelling, and again, we are truly walking in Daisy Bates' legacy of excellence. And this brings us to our portion to recognize our guests, which we have, but I'd like to give them an opportunity to speak. Dr. McNulty, if you'd like to have words.
First off, it's always humbling to come to a school called Daisy Bates. And I've heard timeless, I've heard excellence, I've heard courage. And so I really want to speak to you because right now, where you are in your life, you're here to inspire us adults, just like Daisy Bates in the Little Rock Valley. We live in a time where it seems to be hard to stand up for what's right. But what you're going in here with great leadership, the leadership you have in this room, is to stand up for what's right, no matter what people say. So I want to thank you for everything you've done. I can't wait to read your essays. And again, it is so humbling to be here and it's inspiring. So thank you. And Ms. Ward.
Well, good afternoon. I am Tina Ward, your Zone 2 representative that would love to get to see you all more. So with my current employment and we're going to beg for more time to come so that I can come and see you all. But I have to let you know that my daughter went to Daisy Bates. And I was a substitute here doing music at Daisy Bates. And so this just brought back so many memories of, but I know that you all are doing very well. And just remember, if you don't, anything else that I said, just like Daisy Bates' name, always protect your name. Your name, you're going to be the only person with that name. So protect that name, okay? Do well with that name, okay? Always, before getting in trouble or anything you think about that's going to be bad, that's going to damage your name, protect your name, okay? Would you all please do that for me? Just protect your name, okay? You can be Daisy Bates one day. Your name is, what's your name, young lady? Yes. Oh, see, I can see that in lights. Protect your name, okay?
Representative Emmett. On her only probably day off in a while.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm honored to be here today as we celebrate Daisy Bates on her day. I did get a proclamation from the governor's office, so you can frame this and hang this in the hallway so the kids can read it. Daisy Bates, I'm a proud Central alumni as well. So, I'm also honored to be on the Statuary Committee. Me and Senator Chesterfield and Representative Scott, we sit on that committee, so we did help get the sculptor, and we did get to pick which one, so that's an honor. And also, I know you're trying to get some kids up there by December, because they're trying to get it done before Governor Hutchinson leaves office. So we need to work on that and see what we can do. Again, it's been an honor. And her house, I really wish y'all go visit her house. It's on West 28th Street. It's in my legislative district, so please carve out some time to visit that house. It's a wealth of history there. They'll love to see you there. And again, thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Representative Bennett, and for the proclamation. But I want you to know a part of our plan, especially when I came to Daisy Bates as principal, was for our students to experience that history in real time, and then COVID hit. But to go and visit the Little Rock Central High Museum and to visit Daisy Bates' house, her museum. And so that is in the plan that every year we take students so that they can truly walk in her history and in her footsteps. So thank you so much for that. And then the other special guest that we have here today today. They're all around you. Those who have it. First, the scholars, you all are amazing. You made me proud. Oh my goodness. And your parents, I mean, you truly elevated the excellence today as we talk about. So thank you so very much. And remember what Ms. Ward said, protect your name. Protect your name. That's very important. So thank you for elevating the excellence as you always do with your academics and your behavior. Thank you. And I think we have one more scholar who's going to come and close us out for today, Mr. Thomas Wade. And I was about to say before Thomas, to my wonderful staff, thank you so much. You all did, like I said, you worked endlessly. I appreciate every single one of you. From the bottom of my heart, I do appreciate you all for being on this journey with me. Thomas.
Hello, my name is Thomas Wade, and I'm welcoming a legacy toward my destiny. We thank each of you for taking time out of your day to celebrate Miss Daisy Bates' Day with us. A very special thank you to our guest speaker, Mr. Victor. We are also looking forward to seeing the finished statue very soon. To our other special guests, thank you. This concludes our program for today.
And to all that are on the screen, we thank you so very much for participating. We do have refreshments, some munchies over there, and some candy, and some water, commemorative water. Thank you all so much.